Baby, you understand me now. If sometimes you see that I'm mad.
The Colored Girls Museum is located in the Germantown section of Philadelphia. It's on a little street called Newhall Street, and it's in a house.
But I'm just a soul.
My name is Vashti Dubois. I am the executive director and the founder of the Colored Girls Museum. My pronouns are she and her.
Hello.
Hi, welcome to the Colored Girls Museum. My specific interests have always been Black girls and Black women. I'm an only girl, so I was desperate to have like girlfriends and sisters. And I'm a theater artist, and so one of my favorite things to do is to create the circumstances that allow people to talk to each other, that allow art and artifact to talk to each other. I think that all things have a certain kind of energy. And so this museum is the combination of many, many loves of mine. Black girls are at the bottom of all things. When you're at the bottom, you have a unique advantage that you did not ask for. There is a way of seeing that you have, but also there are things denied when you're at the bottom. People look at ordinary Black girls all the time, but do not see ordinary Black girls, because to look is not to see. And so in this museum, we elevate the girl. The history of museums begins in folks' homes. And particularly for Black folks have always had collections. We've always gathered folks in our home because there was a time when we couldn't go to other places because of segregation. So I think of the Colored Girls Museum as really tapping into a time-worn way of being in the world.
Young, gifted, and white. Oh, what a lovely, precious dream. To be young, gifted, and white.
The one-room schoolhouse really came out of our concern about what the impact of the pandemic would be on children and specifically on Black girls. I really started thinking about that as people talked about Black women as essential workers. So if Black women are essential workers, what happens to the essential workers' children? As an only girl myself, really thinking about how I became an extension of my mother. And I think that these are things that happen to all girls, but again, I think it happens in a particular way to Black girls. So the one-room schoolhouse at the Colored Girls Museum, every single room in this museum, in one way or another, offers to the girl some magic beans through quotes from children's books, which are written by Black women. And our hope is that as you go from one schoolroom to the other in the Colored Girls Museum, you get a different charge. If you are an adult here, a different piece of work that you can do on her behalf. If you are the girl, you get a different way of seeing yourself. I see myself there, I see myself here. And so much so that for this exhibit, for the very first time, we're creating a digital study guide so that we can really offer some concrete work that we can all be doing. You know, I'd like to say to people, because a lot of folks are like, well, why should we care about Black girls, right? Because the thing is, if the Black girl is okay, everybody's gonna be okay. If she is not okay, ultimately, nobody's gonna be okay.
Oh, wow, I've seen these.
I know, aren't these cool?
Yeah. You feel like you're home here. Like you feel like, you're in your mother's kitchen sitting and talking. It's not as austere. You can touch the pieces. You can smell the candles. You can look around and see people who would be in your own family. And if I'm feeling down or stressed out or trying to make sense of this crazy world, I feel like this museum is a place where I can go and I'm seen. I will be borrowing this from the Colored Girls Library.
You absolutely should.
My cousins had Cabbage Patch dolls. I never had one.
I always find something that relates to my life, my home, my family.
They had a Cabbage Patch, but I had a life-size doll. It very much feels like this is my museum. It just feels like a warm hug.
We live in a world where people want to disabuse all of us of the notion that ordinary people matter. But it is us ordinary folks who get up every day and do the things that we do that make the world turn. So while the Colored Girls Museum is specific in her commitment to elevating the stories of Black women and girls, it is not for colored girls only. But what we like to say, anybody who's ready for a conscious revolution, because you would have to be able to imagine for yourself that everybody's story has significance. And for lots of folks, that's a radical thought.
To love somebody.